Hello everybody and welcome to the show. Leeds House is back and we're doing a preview of the Arsenal game. We're going to be talking about some absolute cack for you here today. Kevin's here.
And it's still me, James.
James is still here. So yeah, big game tomorrow. Arsenal away. We're probably going to derail their title challenge and I really hope we do. So yeah, let's get down to brass tacks. James, injuries tomorrow.
Yeah. Three big ones coming off the international. I mean, I know Adams was before, but still a big loss. Woba. Was it Woba's hamstring, wasn't it?
Yeah, he got tugged in the first half of the first Austria game, didn't he? And he seems to might be out for a week.
Yeah. And Nonto's ankle. So three good performers for us in the last few months. So obviously Adams has been all season, but big misses.
Huge misses, James. Huge misses. Well,
don't be rude.
Oh, it's just not that big, yeah. But I mean, so Adams, obviously everyone knows what Adams is going to be like. We're going to miss him massively. He's made the second most tackles in the league, I believe. I don't think that João Paulinho is made off them, but it's more the presence he has on the field as well that we're going to miss for a while. I know that we've done well without him in the last game, and McKennie and Rockus have stepped up obviously a lot, but I do feel he's going to be really, really missed during this big running that we've got in, especially in April. I've mentioned that we've got a big April.
That April is right around the corner now, mate. Tomorrow.
It is, yes.
The start of it, right tomorrow. Yeah, so this is it. This is the big one. A lot of games. 3 in this week.
Yeah, and obviously we've got 2 home games against, 2 big games really.
Yeah, you reckon these are going to be out for the next few games?
Well, from what I've seen,
Adams obviously is.
Yeah, from what I've seen, Adams is out for the season, really.
Yeah.
And obviously he'll be coming back at the start of next season when we're going to be going for Europe. But Nonto and Voba may just be out for the one game, from what I've seen. They are touch and go and they might possibly miss out on the Tuesday game. But hopefully that they're back in time because they're 2 big players for us right now.
Yeah, especially. I mean, I know Nonto's like he's been used sort of sparingly recently by Javi Gracia, but he's still been effective. But Woba has been consistently really, really good since it's come in. So I think he'll be missed. So 3 out. Who's your 3 replacements?
Should we start at the back really if we're going to go there? I mean, Adams, we already know who's going to replace him, so we don't really need to talk about that one as much because we know McKennie and Rocker are going to start in the middle of that park. But I think for Voba, I've got a feeling he's going to go with Strike.
Do ya?
I do. You're going to say you think Cooper, don't you?
I think he might lean towards the club captain. Depending on, I think if they're equally as fit, obviously he's going to go for the fittest person. So that's obvious. But if they're equally as fit, I think he'll put the Cooper back in.
If we're playing against a big man,
but now I've said that, it'll be Strauss.
It's all right. If we're playing against a big man, I reckon he would have put Cooper in. But these are some nifty little ninjas they've got up front, aren't they? And they're all going to
really matter who's for.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, but I think I'd like to hope he put Strauch in. I really, really do, and because he's been consistently mediocre now for the whole entire season, but I just think he's still got something in him, and he's got a goal in him.
Well, I think he's been playing. It's because he's been playing left back, mate, and he's a centre back. So, and he has done well at times at left back, considering he is a centre back.
Yeah,
he is if you look at even the stature of him, he's a centre back. You can look at him. So playing left back all season and doing quite well, it's not that bad. But he did take a bit of a confidence knock, didn't he? Last few games he was in.
That's because he got his head took off.
Yeah, to be fair, he did. Rashford, I thought he was good for kids. Goes and smashes the ball straight at Strauch's face and keeps him out of the team for God knows how long. But it could be back in. Could be back in tomorrow. Firpo against Saka tomorrow.
Yeah,
this is going to be a big test. Now,
obviously I guess we can come to that really when we're talking about a bit more about the game. But the replacements, I think Stroke,
Cooper,
and for Nonto, well, Nonto hasn't started. Well, he started against Brighton, didn't he? And he took him off.
Yeah.
So, well, you know who I'm going to say already, don't you? He's going to be Sinistera. If he's fit. If he's fit, I think I'd like to see Sinistera because it's his time to step up now. Because he can win matches. He can win matches for us. And if he's fit, if he's had a bit of a break and he's ready, raring to go, I would use Sinistera. But you think Somerville?
Do you know what I think? I think that he may see them as similar players and he alternates them. He might start alternating them, but obviously Nonto's out, so I think he'll start Somerville just purely on the basis of him bringing him on. Sinistera still getting back up to fitness. I think once he's fit and if he, he'll be in. I think there's going to be a lot challenging up there, to be fair. But yeah, I want to go a little Jimmy Somerville. He scored again, didn't he?
Yeah, he did in midweek. Yeah.
I want to go Somerville. Yeah.
To be fair, a lot of the lads scored, didn't they?
Matthew scored.
Yeah, Matthew Joseph.
Yes.
Yeah, he did well, didn't he? So, well, okay. Should we just have a go trying to pick the starting lineup? We don't need to pick the keeper, obviously. So, right back.
Lukage.
Not Ryan. Oh,
go on then.
Right back, I think he's going to pick Luke Ayling.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Left back, Poirot.
Oh, what if he goes... Sorry, just to go back there. What if he goes Koch, Ayling, and then Christensen right back?
Oh, that did go... That crossed my mind, but I just feel he'll trust a natural centre-back. This is heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, but he has been leaning on...
He likes Christensen, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he put... Yeah. So yeah, that's a possibility, but I'm hoping he'll put the left-sided in, yeah. So yeah, go on. Carry on.
Okay, so Ayling... I'm going to go Ayling, Koch, Strauch and Firpo as my starting back four.
I'll go the same, but obviously I think he might... Like I said, it's going to be dependent on the fitness of both Strauch and Cooper. Cooper got through the last 15 minutes against Scotland, and it was because of him
that they beat Spain.
It was obvious. For everyone in that crowd knew that it was because of Cooper that Scotland beat Spain.
It's his leadership ability, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
He carried amazing line.
Amazing presence. Anyway, yeah, so the fitness of either Cooper or Strauch, I'm going to go, but I'll think he might go for Cooper.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be wrong.
Okay. So, you could be wrong about that. Midfield, so we've got McKennie and Rocker in the middle. I guess we're both going to agree on that.
Definitely.
And I think, obviously, just ahead of him, would you think Aronson's going to start? So I thought Aronson played really, really well against him.
Yeah, I think he likes him, doesn't he?
And I think like him, yeah.
It's... So you're going Aronson, Harrison, and Sinistera.
That's what I think will start. If everybody's fit, I'd like to see that. Harrison's picked up a bit of form recently. He got 30% vote, man of the match. You do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's the best player in the league. And I was watching
the best player in the league.
Harrison's the best player
Clearly
in the league.
The best player.
Did you know? Like I was watching the Square Ball the other day, and they had the Opta fella on. And apparently, like, Jack Harrison's got amazing stats out of any, like, English players that haven't been picked for England. He was, like, fifth out of all stats. Yeah. English midfielder. And he hasn't never had a look at him.
Well, the problem with Jack Harrison is it comes in fits and bursts.
Yes.
So he goes through periods where he does so inconsistent and he's so frustrating. But then he'll go through a period where he's on fire and it's sort of like, it's just transferring that more. Like, if he could do that constantly... He would be in the England team.
Yeah,
he would be.
If it's just with Jack Harrison, who never gets injured, and the way he plays football, like the way he's terracing around, chasing everything down, running down his wings, chased in lost causes and that as well. He is going to get injured at some point, and he's going to get hurt badly.
But Firpo, he was on the Leeds official Leeds podcast, wasn't he? And
with Neville Longbottom.
Yeah, with Nev.
Yeah,
with Nev, and he said that like he likes playing with like when Jack's in front of him because of how much he works back and stuff. So
he's a manager's dream, really, ain't he? When it comes to work ethic, it's just not across him.
No, he's got a massive engine on him, but then he pulls him out here and there. He just needs to be more consistent with him. But I think that's what separates the good players from the great players, isn't it? It's just consistency.
So,
It's just, it is what it is.
But the great players have scored 20 goals a season, every season for the past 15 years. When Jack Harrison will have an amazing game, then he'll have 5 games where he's cacked, then he'll play amazing for 3 games, and then he'll come back and he'll score an absolute boomer and put his hands in the air as if he's the best player on the planet.
It was a good goal, though.
It was a great goal, though.
But like, let's hope that maybe having someone in who's a bit more pragmatic in the way he plays and addresses certain teams a certain way might get the best out of the team.
Well,
you know, instead of like you have to harass your ass around everywhere. And now it's like, right, at this point I want you to sit in, you know, compact and stuff. So
well, you did notice against, obviously, I think we spoke about this on the last one. So when Jesse was in charge, we were a bit like mental, weren't we? We were chasing after every loose ball, and then against Brighton,
I think it was worse with Bielsa.
Yeah,
I think at times there were traps that we were trying to set and smash. But carry on, mate.
And you saw that against Brighton, they were just standing off them, and then they'd attack and burst, and then stop again. And Marsh-esque a little bit. But you can see that there was a lot more game planning. And I think, obviously, we conceded obviously a couple of goals in that over the last matches. But what was it, 7 points out of 12 we've had?
Yeah.
Javi's been there. That's good. I think we're 4th in the form table.
Yeah.
Like
the one difference I like about Javi from obviously the last regime was that when we defended, it didn't look like we had an idea of defending. It was just like, let's all just get back as quick as possible and stand in front of the goal. That's what it seemed like before. Which, I mean, there's a way of thinking that if you just block out the goal, they can't score. But it was you're playing in the Premier League. Good players will find gaps. Yeah, it's ridiculous
and
how
gaps
many. They did. They constantly did. And even the games where we were on top and they'd have a chance and it was like they would almost score. It was just Anyway, on some of it on me,
some of it on you. And Harrison. I'm going to go the same, but it's Sinisterra over Somerville. And then we come to the main one. Who's starting up front tomorrow?
Bamford
is going to start. I don't think Rodrigo's fully fit anyway, by the sounds of it. It might have an impact. Hopefully it has the same sort of impact he did against Brighton. That would be nice.
I think he'll, because Saliba's not playing tomorrow.
No, he's not playing. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. We'll mention obviously some Arsenal injuries when we get onto Arsenal, but
I think that's good for Bamford.
Bamford gave Gabriel a game last time he played.
That was pathetic.
Yeah, and we get back to the dodgy VAR which happened last time as well. So that's going to be
that
fun,
was so. I like Bamford when he plays well, and I like his work ethic, but some of his antics.
Oh, he is
He's a weird dude, ain't he?
He's a posh twat, ain't he? You know what I mean? Yeah, but he is weird when he's just like there's shithousery and then there's Patrick Bamford.
Yeah. When he got that player sent off for Aston Villa, I mean, I didn't like Villa at the time, but oh God, I was like, what are you doing, Paddy? What are you doing? But I think if he he'll occupy him a lot more when we do get breaks, if we do get breaks, and he's more of an option that's going to be able to at least hold on to the ball and sort of pass it off and maybe get us up the field. But so I think we should talk about the impending top of the table team coming.
Yeah, so obviously
let's go into them, should I say?
Yeah, so we're going to Arsenal tomorrow, and they are obviously they're top of the league, so the team of the season so far that we've seen. They're a fucking machine, aren't they?
But not
how many times have you watched Arsenal? I think we're the only. Every Arsenal fan I spoke to, we're the team that's played them off the park this year.
Yeah.
In that one game. And from what I remember from that game as well, Sinisterra tore them apart. So this is why I'm hoping that he's back for tomorrow, because it could just be deja vu all over. And I think we are going to be the proverbial banana skin for them tomorrow. Yeah. I've just got this feeling.
It's written in history.
Yeah, it is.
It's happened a couple of times.
Yeah, didn't we we give Man United a title, didn't we?
Yeah.
Years back, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Jimmy Hasselbank back post.
Yeah. So that's.
I was watching it. I told you.
There.
I was watching it after we talked about him. I was watching that season. I ain't got to that game yet, but we did it, and then we did it again to sort of keep us up.
Yeah.
Mark Viduka.
And so we've got history with Arsenal when it comes to big games and like deciding points. I've just got this sneaky feeling that we're going to derail them tomorrow. I don't know why. I think we'll either beat them 1-0 or we'll get smashed, absolutely smashed but they've got a good side, and I think the way their team plays, we might struggle tomorrow a bit.
This is just going to be,
And without Adams as well, sorry to interrupt you there. Without Adams stepping on Odegaard as well, I think it's going to be very, very...
Without Tony Adams.
Yeah, without Adams stepping on Odegaard, I think we are going to have... He's going to have a lot of space tomorrow, and I don't see Rocker chasing him down as much as Adams would. And I think Odegaard's going to get a lot of ball and space, but yeah, we can talk about Arsenal for hours, really, and talk about how good they are.
That's the one thing that we will miss from Adams is in industry around the field. He gets around and he gets tackles in really well.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think the way we play now has taken away from his game a little bit.
Possibly.
A little bit, because he's now having to like be compact and only burst out at times. I mean, it can still work. Don't get me wrong. He can still play in that, but like he isn't almost everywhere now.
Yeah.
I can remember before in the match, he seemed like
his heat map was massive
everywhere. Like he'd be turning up on at left back, right back. He'd be turning up in the right corner, like throwing tackles in. So
I saw him at Watford Gap, mate. You know,
I did.
I saw him at Watford Gap getting a Big Mac. So yeah, he's
put an attack lid on someone trying to buy some fries. And
so he's everywhere. He is. He's up and down the M1, but he's good. But just the way he hassles a team's playmaker, and I think we're going to miss that a lot tomorrow. But it's not just Odegaard, is it really? If you look at their okay, so I think what they're going to start with tomorrow is, I think you get Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, and Trossard. I think that's who's starting tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking in my head.
Midfield.
It's going to be Xhaka and Thomas Partey.
He's out.
Oh, yeah, could be injured actually. Yeah.
That's one thing that.
So it could be Jorginho.
I don't even check. You know who there's.
I know Saliba's out. That's the one I know the most. And I don't know. Would you risk Jesus in a game like this? I'm not too sure. The way we play, the way we played, maybe it's a bit different now. But
I'm just gonna have a little search now and see who's in.
But I mean, watching Firpo against Saka is gonna. Obviously, it's just going to... I don't even know what to say about it because I'm starting to get fucking heart palpitations thinking about it now. Firpo against Saka for 90 minutes.
I'm looking forward to this game.
I am looking forward to it.
I don't know why I'm looking
forward to it. But I'll give it 14 minutes before Junior Firpo gets yellow carded against Saka. 14 minutes I'll give you.
Firpo, you get him yellow carded for him. I won't... That's generous, mate.
Against Saka. But do you know what it is? I like Bukayo Saka. I like him. I like him as a person as well.
Really good player.
Yeah, and he's a nice lad. And if you ever watch the Arsenal documentaries, he says funny stuff like, "Oh, you've never been to Fort Park," stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's literally he's just a great lad. But tomorrow, I hope Firpo wallops him into the stuff.
Yeah, he's got to, hasn't he? He's got to take him.
Yeah,
he's got to take him to Chinatown.
He's gonna need to wear shin pads tomorrow. Anyway, put it that way.
Saka, yeah. That's why he sacks him. Completely sacks him off the pitch.
Yeah, but if you look at their whole attacking unit, is really, really good. Martinelli, who's at I mean, 2 years ago, who was he? Now he's apparently worth 100 million quid. He gets up and down that line. He's terrorised us last time we played against us as well. They're a good unit. And then you probably look at it, Xhaka, Jorginho tomorrow or Elneny.
Maybe Jorginho. I think they should be worried about us tomorrow.
Yeah. The only thing I did see, sorry to interrupt there, James. I did see that Rob Holding might be starting over Saliba because Tommy Asu's out. So Ben White will be playing right back against it would have been Willie. Imagine Willie Nonto against Ben White.
Even Somerville.
Good battle.
Because I think Somerville, you think Sinestro.
Yeah, Sinestro.
Yeah.
Sinestro.
The fuck is Sinestro?
Yeah.
It's Sinistera. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Sinestro's from the Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is. The pink face, little swat.
The yellow ring.
Yeah, he's a little fucking
little bitch
as well. But yeah.
40, by the way.
But yeah, so yeah, that's if we could play Ben White and try something out. But I mean, look at Zinchenko's playing amazing as well. It's just thinking they've got two good players for every position.
Yeah, well, he's done a good job, hasn't he?
Great job.
Everyone gave him stick for ages, but he's done a.
Well, look what happens when a chairman sticks with a manager and gives him a long time. Because there were people saying they shouldn't be in charge, should get sacked, and then now they're top of the league and they're 5 points ahead of Man City and they're playing the mighty Whites. How are they going to win the league after tomorrow? I don't think they will.
No, they won't, because we're going to derail them.
And I know it's just the only reason
We're going to play poor.
we're gonna help Erling Haaland win the title by beating them tomorrow. And he's got
won't be Erling Haaland, mate. Remember, they're getting booted out the league.
Oh, they get booted out of the league.
Whoever's third.
Well, their man Everton. Everton is apparently, even if they did appeals, I saw something today that they might be getting a point deduction this season. But yeah,
that's because of us.
That's because of us. Yeah, because we was grassing them up, mate. Ranieri's like that. Remember what was that kid's name from Recess, the cartoon? They always used to run up to the teacher. What was his name?
Oh, mate. Oh, don't do that to me. Yeah, I do.
What about, don't you? Yeah, so you should run to the
Can't put these things in my brain because obviously I could Google it.
That's Ranieri to the FA.
But I get like these little things. I have to think of it myself, and
I'll learn or something like that. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
I'll find out. But yeah, so
bastard.
But yeah, it's grassing bastards. But so yeah, that's what I imagine Ranieri is like. Radrizzani.
Can't even say it.
Oh no, yeah.
Radrizzani.
Yeah, Radrizzani. I guess what I reckon he's
Radrizzani and Sinestro.
Yeah, that's what I imagine his name is. He's grassing them all up. Randall Weems, that's his name. I just looked up on my phone. Randall.
Randall, yeah.
Yeah, he's a grass up. That's what Rad to the FA about Everton like that. Miss Spinster.
Tell me who's out. So I'm just looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read it. Tell me who's out.
Saliba. I definitely know Saliba's out. Big time he is out, yeah.
Eddie Nketiah has been wearing a protective boot, so hopefully he can't score against us again.
Oh yeah, Meslier.
And then he's out.
Meslier loves playing against Nketiah, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, so they're really good.
They are good. And fair play to them.
I don't hate them as much as I hate Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and so I don't. If it's, I mean, I want us to win, and I think we are going to win. And we need the points. But if anyone's going to win the league, would rather be Arsenal than Man City.
They were the original, weren't they? They were the original sort of like beautiful football.
Yeah.
Like us growing up in like the 90s, early 2000s.
They were the best football we could see in your life, yeah.
Some of the football that Arsenal used to play was incredible. So, yeah.
Let's stop them.
Yeah, let's do it. We're going to stop them again anyway.
Stop them again.
We're going to play terribly and we're going to win 6-0.
That's going to be it. Is there anything else you want to say about Arsenal, like what we need to be worried about? I mean, it's just what are there?
I mean, I think the harder question is, what isn't there to be worried about?
Yeah.
Because they are top of the league.
Yep.
And they are dangerous.
Yep.
Very dangerous. I'm excited because I'm curious to see whether he goes really compact and really just tries to defend and break spread.
What do you think? He might try and stifle them a little bit more than what we would have done under any previous managers.
No, or just look at the way we played last time and be like, why, do that.
Yeah.
Get amongst
just do
them.
that. Yeah.
Get amongst them because it's again. We'll see how adaptable he is tomorrow and see if he takes in any consideration about how we played against them last time.
Yeah. Because
I think we were awesome against them last time.
Yeah.
We were. I think the 2 out of the 3 games in the Premier League when we played them at Ellen Road, we've absolutely battered them off the park. Last season, obviously, we had like kids playing and they'd done us over. But the first season, when we drew with them, we should have annihilated them then.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we missed a penalty against them as well, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Christ, man, I forgot all about that. I just remember Bamford being a div, and I don't know what he was trying to do with Gabriel. I mean, they both look like a pair of pansies.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what was going on with him, but yeah, and then he missed a penalty try, didn't he?
Yeah. So so basically we're in for a bit of a tough time. Right?
We are, but I am excited.
I'm excited.
I am excited to see.
I'm shitting my pants as well. I'm shitting my pants with Firpo playing against Saka for 90 minutes, but
I'm not scared about it. I'm not scared because of how bad Firpo is. I'm more worried that how good Saka is. And I hope this doesn't sort of derail his improvement.
Yeah.
But
renaissance.
Maybe he just might dominate it.
Yeah, imagine that.
Maybe he might, Maybe his
Poirot.
Maybe he's extra slick. Maybe his moustache is extra slick tomorrow.
I hope so.
And he'll be wiping Saka off the floor.
All right, that's okay. So
6-0.
6-0. We're going to derail the title challenge. Ben White's going to start crying.
Oh,
because he's only ever going to win a league title with Leeds.
Some of us are going to rip him a new one.
Some of us are going to rip him a new one.
Well, you don't think that?
Yeah, well, Cinny Somerville is going to rip him a new one tomorrow. So
Begins with S. Wait there a minute before we move on.
I was going to say, have you got any facts?
Yes, mate.
You've got some facts?
Yes.
I've got a fact. Can I say mine?
You say your fact and then I'll say my fact.
I don't think we've ever won at the Emirates.
We haven't.
We haven't.
No.
Lovely.
But we've played well there before once.
Yes. Okay.
When we were in League One.
Yeah. Was that when Ben Parker gave away the penalty to Fabregas in last minute?
Remember,
Because Ken Bates said thanks to Ben Parker for giving the penalty away.
You remember the other one where Henry scored?
Oh, yeah, his first game back.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was like homecoming, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember now.
Remember your old flat?
Yeah, I remember now, yeah. And he had big, massive white boots on, and he come on as a sub and scored.
Yeah,
I
anyway,
remember that.
right, we haven't won at the Emirates.
Okay.
Until tomorrow. Let's get on to these lovely facts.
Go for it.
It's Fact Corner.
Okay.
It's my new segment for the Fact Corner.
Yes. Tell me some facts.
These are the facts that you want to hear, guys. And this is appealing to Arsenal fans as well. So I doubt there is.
I doubt any Arsenal fan listening.
But if there is, here's some facts that you've probably heard about 1,000 times anyway. Yeah. But here we go.
Is there any Arsenal fans in Vietnam?
No, because they hate the word Arsenal.
Okay, so but they all support Leeds now, don't you?
Remember the war?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they don't like the word Arsenal.
Oh, okay, got ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Anyway.
That's definite proper fact, that is.
Right. Arsenal are the only team still in existence that's never been relegated. They have been in the top flight of English football since the 1919-1920 campaign.
That's a good stat. That's a great stat.
Good. And then it gets better.
Okay.
Gets better. They are given the name Arsenal and the nickname the Gunners because they were formed by a group of cannon makers at the Woolwich Arsenal in 1886. Oh, gasp. Gasp. That's a gasping fact.
Yeah, gasp.
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo. Woo my facts. Anyway, in 1993, Arsenal became the first club to win the League Cup and the FA Cup in the same year. Really? 1993?
Well, that's a good stat.
Wow. How long's the League Cup been out in?
I don't know. What was it called when we were kids? Worthington Cup.
It's been loads.
Milk Cup.
It's been, yeah, I think that was the original.
Carling Cup.
Yeah, the Carling Cup.
Yeah, it's been loads
The
of
Worthington Cup.
Yeah.
The Coca-Cola Cup.
Coca-Cola Cup.
That's our Super Bowl.
The Haribo Cup.
Oh no, I suppose it happens in the Premier League.
Oh, we got to the final of that. Well, back in the day when we got smashed by Villa. Savo Milosevic, the lanky
Savo
twat.
Milosevic with his bowl head.
All I remember from that game is all three goals that they scored were really good.
No, they were absolutely thumped them.
I just remember David Weatherall.
Anyway, forget Villa.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the most important part of our show, the facts.
Okay, you can say two more.
I've got two more.
Okay.
Two more. These are pearlers. I think they're pearlers anyway.
All right.
Arsene Wenger was the first.
Arsene.
I always call him Arsene.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger boys was the first foreign manager to lift the Premier League title when the Gunners won it in 1997-98. Wow, really?
That's mental. That is.
Premier League. I suppose Premier League weren't out that long.
Yeah. And an Englishman hasn't won it since. I don't think. What was the last Englishman to win the top flight league? Howard Wilkinson. Was that the last English manager to win the top flight division? Because then it was Man United for ages, weren't it?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know this, but I think
it's true,
that could be true.
And also, we were the last team to win the All First Division. And this is even better stat. I didn't even realise this the other day. Yeah. We were the last team to be on top of the Premier League in the 90s.
Was we?
So on New Year's Eve on 1999,
yeah,
on top of the league.
That's amazing. That's a top stat.
Stat that is.
That's a great stat.
Back to the boring Arsenal.
Yeah.
Stat. The last one. Arsenal hold the record for consecutive clean sheets in the Champions League back in 2006. When they reached the final, they managed 10 games and 995 minutes without conceding a goal, and that's pretty good.
That's really good, because they ain't keeping a clean sheet tomorrow.
No, they're not.
Definitely not.
6 goals.
6 goals.
6 goals.
Okay.
Hat-trick for each. Somerville and Sinisterra. I think them on both playing up.
Imagine that, yeah. Okay, and then one more stat.
That's it. No, I've read my 5 out, mate.
I've got a stat.
My 5 out.
I've got a stat.
Yeah. Tell me your stat.
Leeds have scored more goals than West Ham this year.
Is that a stat?
That's a great stat. No, I was just looking at one stat earlier.
Is that
That Rodrigo's got the fourth best goals to minutes ratio in the Premier League.
I know, yeah.
I think I've said this on about 4 of the videos. I do repeat myself.
I've seen a stat about Ruta as well.
What stat would that
He's
be?
number one at. I couldn't understand it properly. And like touches and take-ons
Yeah.
for Leeds.
Really?
This is like, yeah, it was really. Everyone thought he was in different players. Like, why is he wearing a Leeds shirt? But it was Ruta.
Really?
Yeah.
I might have a look at that when I get back then.
Random.
Have a little look when we finish up on here.
Ruta, and he's not even playing.
So yeah, I guess that's that corner done for Jimmy this week.
Yeah. I'll.
You gonna get some more for us?
Think of a name for it.
Yeah, we'll call it something shit,
Think of a name
and
for it.
you can like it. So yeah, we're gonna need to tell it because we're meant to be.
They'll just be the same stats next year, by the way.
Yeah.
So next year, if we're obviously we are going to stay up. So when we play these teams again, I'm just going to reread these.
I think that's the best thing to do.
We have to.
So yeah, as I was saying, we're meant to be starting our like the video cast this week for the podcast listeners. We'll be staying as normal on the video cast for the YouTuber people, but basically we just couldn't get it working. Yeah, we couldn't get it working right. So we're going to probably start that at a later date, possibly mid next week now. And yeah, so yeah, we will see us at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Then you'll probably lose all the subscribers then when they see us because we are little twats.
Hey, don't say that about us. We're beautiful guys with beautiful souls.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
So
It's pretty good.
yeah, that's pretty good. And then and obviously I did mention about I know a journalist that knows about Javi Gracia's ball.
Do we need like some sort of?
Do you want to do a drum roll for me?
No.
Just to make some noises.
Bum, 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 bum,
He uses Andrex.
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 That's the big scoop.
Is there anything else that we need to
Big
big on James about his bog roll?
No. I think you've covered that area
With some
pretty well. Yeah. I think who was the source, by the way?
I'm not saying. I'm not allowed.
Oh.
I'm not allowed to say who the source was.
Ooh.
Not allowed to say. I'm not allowed to. But it is. But it's got a puppy. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And he drinks like soft mint.
soft mints.
Yeah. That's all I can say. But if a horse, what do horses eat?
Hey.
Yeah, that's my sauce.
But to be fair, tomorrow big game. It's sort of one of them, as you like to say, a free hit.
It is a free hit.
But we're gonna derail them. And I mean that. We both mean that. I think there's something in the air. I'm just really excited to see how he's going to play.
Yeah, and then we've got loads of mates that are Arsenal fans as well, and they've been giving me jip all week. My gaffer's an Arsenal fan. He said, "How badly do you want to lose tomorrow?" And I just hope we just munch them.
David Seaman's a shitbag, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a proper
Did
shit.
you see that? He was like, because he's a Leeds fan, isn't he?
Yeah.
But obviously he's like, yeah, like tomorrow I'm going to support Arsenal because Leeds can probably get away with a loss. Arsenal need the 3 points for the league. I was like, it's true, but you shouldn't say that. And it's not fair. Well, be a Leeds fan. I don't give a shit.
I've been lobbing Seaman for years and it's never stuck, so I'm just going to, and whatever he says ain't going to stick either.
You probably should go and see somebody about that if it's not sticking.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't save at point blank range anyway. So
No.
Not at all. Okay, so yeah, Spider-Man. I think we're going to leave this here today because I just want to let everybody know as well. If you're listening right to the end, we're 33 minutes into this. Me and James are going to do a watch along tomorrow with Leeds if we can, and we're going to try and watch the game and record it as it's live. We're going to listen to it on the radio. We're going to listen to it on the radio. We are going to try see if we can do like a commentary watch along with stuff that's going on and with our little spin on it. And yeah, so we hopefully should be able to bring that on around after the game if we can get it done. Just obviously depends what's going on in personal life, but we are going to try that. But yeah, I guess that will.
We will come back again with a preview of the Forest game.
Yes,
I don't know if I told you.
And then we could try and
watch that.
Yeah, you're going. James going to watch that, and we're going to try and do if we can as well this weekend. See if we can get like the fallout from the Arsenal game as well. So there is a lot going on.
Stop saying fallout.
Yeah, it's going to be fallout for them, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be like
Arteta's got his finger in his ear.
Butthole.
His ear, because he's worried in that. Dancing around a light bulb in the changing room. Like an absolute
They're all connected,
spog.
though, and that's how they get their light.
Oh, yeah.
Because technically he's right. Like,
He is
if you
right.
connect the plug to a
Light bulb.
to a socket and turn it on,
You get light.
you get electric. So technically he's not saying anything that's untrue. So maybe he's just saying facts about things, and that's how Arsenal are so good now.
Yeah.
Because he's just going and saying, this is how electricity works. Plug, light.
Sound.
And they're like, oh, shit. Yes.
That's what we've been
Yes.
missing.
And he comes in and he's like, this is how sweep and brush works. Sweep. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, so yeah, hopefully we'll get that watch long done tomorrow. Well,
yeah.
won't be a watch long for you. We'll be just talking as we are.
Yeah.
And you'll just be listening to us watch the game, and we'll be talking absolute garbage.
But yeah, you'll be listening to it already knowing the result while we're talking about the game that most people would have just watched.
Yeah.
But you'll just be basically about how we talking like
We
in
might
the
do it
game.
in two little segments.
Yeah,
like,
probably for the best because
like
2:45
a
minutes.
really like new way of doing it, like a first half and then a second half.
That's a really good way of doing it, I think. Why don't they do that already? I don't know. Right, okay, so we're blabbering on like a pair of absolute wallies. So yeah, I've been Kevin.
And yes, I'm still James, my friend.
And thank you for listening, and we'll speak to you very soon.
Take care, guys.
Bye.